Gunfreaknation. It's the President TElectrik, and I have a question. When will it end? When will it end? All these mass shootings, all this crazy violence. You know, um, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be frank. It's never gonna end because it's always gonna be savages. It's always gonna be evil people, crazy people, and just people full of hate. It's never going to end. You know, every time it be a mass shooting, I tend to go live, man. And I want to say I'm tired of going live to report this, the senseless violence. But unfortunately, it won't be the last time. It's going to continue to be another mass shooting. It's never going to end. Have y'all noticed it's the same song and dance every time when it's a mass shooting? You got the news media, you got the police, news media, and they talk about the same thing. It's like a movie being played over and over and over and over again. And then you got the politicians that come into the picture. They got their part. Let's do more gun control. Let's put more gun control bills on the table. Let's try to get it passed. It's the same old thing. Have y'all noticed that it's playing out like a movie over and over and over again. When an armed society is a polite society. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If a lot of those people, if you think about it, in every situation where there was a mass shooting, the shooter, the savage, he only got so far in what he was doing because he wasn't meeting resistance. Now I want y'all to think for a second. Think for a minute. What if you go back to every mass shooting, the history of all the mass shootings, if people would have been armed, it would have been a totally different outcome. I'm not saying nobody would have got hurt, but what I'm saying is those mass shooters, those active shooters, they wouldn't have gotten that far to the point of killing or, doing the carnage that they do. They wouldn't have got that far because somebody would have been there, a lawful abiding armed person would have been there to put that savage down, to send that savage to Funky Town. So you can never tell me that being armed, legally armed, is a detriment. I don't think so. But you got some people that think that, having a firearm is a detriment to the country. And I think it's the opposite. I think if you're a law-abiding citizen, I think it's an honor. And I think it's a necessity to be armed. But a lot of people just don't see it that way. I mean, somebody make it make sense. When you have these mass shootings, all I hear, well, we need to get rid of the guns. we need more gun control. No. They want to harm the innocent people, the law-abiding people that haven't done anything. We haven't went out and went on some type of shooting spree. Only the crazy people and the criminals do that kind of stuff. And when you at that point, you're not going to obey any laws. You're not going to follow any laws. So it's counterproductive in just the way that these anti-gun people think. They living in a dream world where they're thinking that if we get rid of all of the guns, we would be in a utopian society where there will no longer be any crime and everybody is just going to love one another and everybody is just going to get along. And that's not the reality. Because if it was, it would still be, people going to still find creative ways to go out and harm other people. Just look what's going on in the UK. They may have strict gun laws where I hear that you're not even allowed to possess a firearm over in the UK. But you got people, being stabbed, being assaulted with knives. A lot of killings happening over there by, via knives. You know what I'm saying? They're using knives. So it's not going to prevent a crazy person from doing what they're going to do, what they hell bent on doing. So, like I said before, an armed society is a polite society. If these active shooters, these savages that's going around, harassing, terrorizing, robbing people, just committing all kinds of foul criminal acts. But if the society was armed, I'm telling you, a lot of this crime it'd just be cut. Crime would drop because the minute that they try something, they're going to meet some type of resistance. And that's something that a lot of them just don't want to be met with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't want to be met with resistance. That's why they target, these schools, churches, grocery stores, you name it, because they know that it's a soft target. They know the likelihood that they're not going to encounter any kind of formidable resistance. But if you got, more people armed and people have the knowledge and just the know-how and, that they don't train with their guns and they know what to do in the time of need, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be, I'm not saying it would put a complete stop to these mass shootings, but they wouldn't, they'd be put down almost instantly. Because you might have 3 or 4 people in that grocery store, in that, that shopping mall that may be armed and he gonna meet resistance. So instead of him concentrating on, gunning people down, he ducking and dodging rounds and his damn stuff because people coming at him to put him down. So I preach to y'all, stay armed. Okay? If you got your guns, don't give up your guns. Don't give them up. If you don't have any firearms, go get you a firearm, train with that firearm, get to the range, train with it until you're familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? So, Gun Freak Nation, I love y'all, but I'm just tired of seeing the same old song and dance on TV every time it's an active shooter, man. I had to get this. It's 5 o'clock in the morning right now. Everybody sleep. But I had something told me, T, get up out of that bed. I need to get this message out, man. I need to get this message out. Somebody need to hear this message. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all already Funky Town Cinderella, I salute you. Because we are living in perilous times, people. We are living in perilous times. The devil was out there to get us because the devil knows we are righteous people. We are holy people. We are righteous. And the devil hate that. And when I say holy, we ain't bothering nobody. We minding our own business, doing the best we can, taking care of our responsibilities, taking care of our families. That's a righteous, noble thing to do. But no, you got these criminals out here, these savages that want to come into our homes, come into our lives, invade our lives, and wreak havoc on us. And that's not cool. And that's why I say the only way you're going to stand a chance against those savages if you have the means to protect yourself and fight back. By all means necessary. Fight back. The only language that these savages understand is the language of violence. Ain't no praying and turning the other cheek. When they run up in your house, ain't no praying and begging and pleading and, praying to, that's not going to cut it. They're going to laugh at you. And they're going to abuse you. And you're going to have to comply to everything they say or you die. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And sometimes even when you comply and give them everything they want, they still take your life. I want y'all to be vigilant. I want you to continue to stay armed, continue to train, continue to expect the unexpected. Okay? She may be asleep, but I'm up. I'm always got my head on a swivel. I got layers of security around my home. From cameras, I don't want to say everything because I know for a fact savages do watch my channel. So you don't want to give up all your secrets, There's some new content that I want to talk about, like everything should not be made public, especially a guy like me that I know I got savages, watching me, watching my every move. They know the guns that I have. They would love to hit a lick on me. So I'm going to say that for the next video. It's just certain questions. I notice some of y'all don't mean no harm, but you ask me personal stuff that I'm not going to put, I'm just not going to say it because I don't know who watching and who saying it. You know what I'm saying? Who is you? Who's saying you? Why you asking those type of, personal, private questions, my brother? So you don't want to never let your left hand know what your right hand doing, is what I'm trying to say. Don't never put all your business out there, because you never know who listening, who watching. Oh, okay. All right, I know what to do now when I get them. You know what I'm saying? So listen, these savages are clever. All right? They clever. They'll do their best to get the drop on you. But don't let them get the drop on you. You drop them. Drop their ass. That's what you do. Drop their ass. But Gunfreak Nation, you know, the Spirit led me to get this off my chest. Nah, it ain't gonna never end. It's gonna be another mass shooting and another one and another one and another one. And people gonna soon realize that they're gonna have to get armed, man. The only way you're gonna be able to fight back, you gotta get armed. You can't be dependent on the police. They're not gonna be there to protect you and defend you. At least when it's in the initial stages of when it's happening. That's just like a home invasion happening. Police ain't gonna magically just appear. You got to be your own man, be your own woman, and just face the responsibility of, hey, I gotta be armed. That's the only legitimate fighting chance you're going to have against these savages. That's the only fighting chance you are going to have against those monsters. You know, but Gunfreak Nation, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know, stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous. And always be ready to send a stinking savage to Funky Town. I love y'all, Gunfreaknation Salute.